How's it going, everyone? I'm going to do a weekly update. Starting with the dollar, still got the head and shoulders top here. Closing for the week, higher low. So we'll see what happens here coming up. It's at support here shortly. Previous highs. It's into other previous highs. So it's already broken down from previous highs into the next range. We got a lower high on the close though. And we got that SMA 34 right there, but we do have a head and shoulders top. We'll see if it'll break down. So far previous highs didn't hold, but the next previous highs did. Looks like it's closing on its lows. Nice little bounce at the end of the day there. Could be painting the tape, so watch out below. It looks like the last hour kind of got saved. Last 2 hours, whatever it was. Look for previous low breaks. S&P. Looks like a bearish retracement on the hourly. Let's see what's going on. Looks like it broke down. Closing below the SMA 34 on the daily. Came back down, closed in. Came back down, closed in. Bearish retraced. Watch out below. Got a double bottom. It's a small range there. Let's see how we close for the week. Definitely a bearish encompassing pattern. Dark cloud cover. Closing below the E. Descending triangle. All sorts of mess. Watch out below. I don't think anyone's going to stop that train after that last week. Got support down coming in through the gap. See what happens on the way down. Could do a double back. And save itself. Maybe some intervention, plunge protection. But definitely close below the support line. So there you go. Dow Jones, definitely closing below support line. See what happens on the open. See if the continuation or a double back. And it looks like the Nasdaq's the only one's holding its top there. Bouncing off the 8 so far on the weekly. Let's see how we close the day. Looks like we came through. 813 bounced back into resistance. Got rejected. Look for previous low breaks. This might just turn over on a dime. Let's see if that VIX is popping up. There we go. A little pop. Came back into support. Looks like we got a higher low so far. It looks like crude is going to be coming down. It's pretty steep support line. Plus we got the cross, the rollover on that top. We busted through previous highs into the next range. So look for previous low breaks on the weekly. Daily. Looks like it's trying to get over that 8. It hasn't. Got a couple hammers. Got an A, B bottom. See if that'll pop through and get some support finally on the day and start building up. But definitely that weekly closed below. Let's see. Oh, I can't go any lower than that. So we have an A, B bottom. Look for previous high breaks into support, see if it'll start building from here. But watch for previous low breaks as that weekly has closed below the weekly SMA 34. There we go. Shanghai, look for the flat top break coming in. Maybe it needs to gather its legs one time, come in for support, and try again. Closing on a double top. But watch the open, as it could just gap open through resistance. And continue on. And we've got a nice flat top. Long-term flat top on the weekly break. Looks pretty promising coming off that hammer. Right over support. Let's see. 10-year. Closing double top. Closing below. We got the cross now. Looks like momentum's losing. Look for previous low breaks outside that channel. Weekly. Looks like the Nikkei came through and gathered its legs and came back up into support. Looks like it saved by the bell, closing below the or above the upper trend line there, support line. Still watch for previous low breaks as this is still coming off of a double top. And it broke down, came back in. Could be a bearish retracement, but look for anything outside the pattern now. It's getting pretty tight in there. Volatility in there. The coal looks like it's coming off that bottom. It's got a nice flat top here, descending. See a little pinch coming in. Let's see how long that'll take. Looks like the daily's building. Hammer here, 2-bar pattern here, up and over, up and over. That nice inverted hammer over support. Busted through, nice inverted hammer. Watch for the previous high breaks. On coal, could be the churn right here. Oh. Looks like steel's having a hard time. Broke previous lows, closing below. Looks like it's coming into support somewhere. Closing on its lows, so I don't know where that is yet. Could double back on a dime. Broke previous lows on Friday. Gonna have to wait for support to come in. Don't know what that is yet, but closing a higher low. So maybe it'll churn here. Let's see what the 60-minute tells us. Looks like it's saved by the bell. Last couple hours of the day, it churned. It's got to start building somewhere. 60-minute looks bearish. Looks like it's going to come into resistance one more time. See if it'll break through. Gold. Looks like gold at the end of the day took a sucker punch. Looks like it's going to turn over into support one more time as that 8 crosses the daily. The weekly Little punch over and then came back in just slightly. Still need a little bit more volume to get over that hump. Watch that flat top break coming this week. Looks primed and ready. We had a 2-bar pattern off support, continuation. So expect another continuation into resistance. See if we can get past that downward trend line on the weekly chart. Nice reverse head and shoulders. And silver as well. Just a small little punch right over. Got a 2-bar pattern now, 3-bar pattern confirming 50% and above. Got a reversal. We got the 8 and the 34 right there. I'm thinking Sunday night's going to be nice to open above the 34. And then we can continue on up. Watch that downward trend line for resistance. There you go. Getting close. Looks good. Closing on its highs or near its highs. Let's see how our 60 minutes doing. Looks like 60 minute on silver is building. Pop and then the consolidation right there. Nice U. Nice hammer. We got a double top. 1776 sounds about right. It sounds about right. We got the gap resistance just at 18, so or the downward trend line resistance just at 18. So let's get above 18, start consolidating, move on up. Nice move on silver. Nice close for the week. And let's look at that gold short term. See how that's working out for us. Got a 2-bar pattern, continuation, closing a higher low. I think that's the throwback before the move. Huge reverse head and shoulders there. Left, head, right. Cup and handle as well. Let's hold support. Let's make sure we don't dump down. Well, it looks good for the next week for everybody. Boom. It's just a gap and run. See if we can get a gap and run. Right over resistance, just run all the way up. Let's see what happened to copper. Oops. Looks like it's holding support so far. Got higher low. Needs to get above previous highs. So we got this little thing going on. Could be bearish retracement, so watch out below as it will come back into support, gathering its legs again. But it looks like a whipsaw. All you need is a flat top break, but it looks like it wants to come down and gather its legs first. Looks like a bearish retracement on the weekly. So look out below. Looks like the daily's pumping. Looks like it's going to get a pop right over the 813 into the 34 on the daily. Got a nice reverse head and shoulders working. Looks bullish on the daily. Looks bearish on the weekly. Let's see what's going on here in the hourly. Who's going to win? Looks like it's a pump action right there on the hourly. Closing above. Just a little bit more pop. You get over this line of resistance. Looks like it got rejected at the end of the day. Watch it come back into support. Gather its legs and try again over that little long line of resistance right here. Looks like it closed at resistance. So look for it to come back into support. But the daily looks strong. You might get the daily to open. Nice hammer. Might get the daily to open and make a daily low and then come back across, as it always does. Let's see what happens. GDX, let's see. GDX, GDXJ, Nugget. Come on, Nugget. And JNUG. Looks like JNUG's the slowest one. JNUG needs to pick up the pace. Everybody else is coming across, breaking previous highs. Coming across, you got a bottom. And then you got JNUG coming off of a bottom, more of a U. Need to get above 8 on JNUG into previous lows into 10. I wonder what JNUG's waiting for. Maybe everyone lost interest because of the reverse split coming at the end of April. Not sure. Still got high volume every day. It's kind of strange. We got all the rest of the miners moving on up, recovering from that right shoulder decline. I guess Nugget's not as good as the other two. But JNUG's getting a little slow down there. Everyone else broke previous highs off the bottom. That's not good. Unusual. I do have an inverted hammer right over support. I got a hammer here. It's a little topsy-turvy going through. It looks like it's raring to go. Looks like it had a pop and came back into support. I believe at the end of the day, I think they papered yeah, came back into support at the end of the day. 60-minute chart. Let's get that line to hold. Let's break the top here. Previous highs. So it broke over. The last hour of the day, came all the way back in. Beautiful. That's a lot better than closing up here on its highs and then Monday coming all the way back in. The last hour came all the way back in, and you can see, well, I think on the daily, that inverted hammer. Well, no, the daily is just coming back into support, no reversal. Where was that? Where was that inverted hammer? There's a little inverted hammer there, not perfect. Where was it? Daily? Wasn't the daily? Oh my god, I swear I saw an inverted hammer on JNUG. Oh, it was a weekly. Alright, that's not perfect. It's got a wick on the bottom, but it came up, closed all the way in. Hold the line. It's got a nice, it's building. It's just nothing has popped yet. Let's get above 8. Pop in the 10 this next week. Well, maybe not to 10 in 1 week, but let's get above 8 first. Let's talk. Into previous highs, maybe $1. And let's finish off with Bitcoin. Looks like it's still coming in. Weekly's closing below the 13 this time. Got rejected, 2-bar pattern here. Closed below, came back into resistance almost on the daily, made a reversal bar. Not perfect. Look for previous high breaks on this reversal bar into resistance. See if it'll break through this time. Looks like the weekly's a little bearish. Let's see how it closed on the day. Yeah, it's building. A 2-bar pattern, you got a hammer right across. It's holding support here. Maybe a nice U into previous lows. So it looks like the hourly's turning, so we'll have to build from there. It's a 2-hour, 3-hour, hammer over support, an inverted hammer at the bottom, and the 4-hour. Got a 2-bar pattern on the reversal, rejected so far on the 4-hour. So let's watch this 4-hour as it breaks into previous lows, gets over the 8 into the next previous lows, boom boom, pop into the 13, back into the 8, try again. Looks like that 60-minute is building. There we go. Actually, let's look at AG for 1 sec. I'll finish it off. AG's holding support, needs to get, I was noticing some nice volume on it, but it's not coming off that bottom like we all planned. You got a left shoulder, right shoulder, and then the right shoulder's not coming back through. Gotta hold the line. Nice reverse head and shoulders right under the 34. Let's get back above the 34. Pretty sluggish for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, going sideways. It sucks. That's it. Thanks for watching. Please share, like, and comment. Let me know what's going on out there. And I think our time is coming, but these are all weekly charts, so it takes weeks. So we'll see what happens next week. I'll see you guys.